Well, howdy friends, Brian Flechsig of Mad River Outfitters and the Midwest Fly Fishing Schools, and welcome back to another episode in our fly casting series. I'm here today off the forgotten coast of Florida near Apalachicola, and of course we're on our annual tarpon trip. And I wanted to share a very, very important concept with you when it comes to saltwater fly casting, but to be honest with you, you can apply this to any type of fly casting. And you're gonna find that it greatly increases your efficiency, and it's also gonna greatly increase your accuracy, and you're also gonna conserve a heck of a lot of energy. And basically the concept is based on the fact that most people work way too hard. I've told you this before, I answer hundreds of emails a month, and I tell people that I think that they're working too hard on their fly casting. And they get back to me and they say, Brian, you were right, I backed off, I did much less work, much less body movement, and my casting was so much better. When I first learned to double haul many years ago, the gentleman that taught me, he used to tell me to rip the line down to my thigh. Rip it down to your thigh. Well, first of all, you should never use the word rip when it comes to fly casting. There is no rip in fly casting, okay? And he was absolutely flat out wrong. You just don't want to move that far. I mean, and our good friend Travis here can attest, most people look like they're gonna tear out their shoulder. Lefty Cray used to say that most people look like a monkey hoeing cabbage, or they look like they're gonna tear their underwear when they're fly casting. And that should not be the case. So I want you all to start thinking about the fly cast happening within maybe about 1.5 foot to a 2 foot zone right here, okay? And let me explain what I mean by that. If you are doing anything, if you're tying knots, you're doing it right here in front of you, right in this space. If you're tying flies, you're doing it right here in this space. If you're eating dinner, your dinner plate is right here. You're not going to have your dinner plate way over here. Crochet, macrame, needlepoint, it's all right here. So I want you to think about the fly cast happening right in that comfort zone, that comfortable work area right in front of you, okay? Everything happens, the speed stroke, the speed up and stop, and then the double haul happens right here and right here, and that's it. Now I may come out of that comfort zone, of course, to start my cast, okay? If I really need to pick up a lot of fly line, or I've got slack in the line, I may actually reach out, move, get it moving, but then I'm gonna bring it up to that, of course, approximate 10 o'clock position, and then to that 1 o'clock position. So the cast and the haul actually happen right there in that comfortable little zone, and then you can move out of that zone to get into fishing position, which is of course with your rod tip at or in the water. Very important, but that's a fishing tip, not a casting tip. So the more you can keep the movement to a minimum, the more you can keep your head absolutely stationary. For example, if you're throwing darts and you're trying to hit a certain number of the bullseye on a dartboard, you're not going to move your head. And don't move your head. Try not to move your body at all when you're fly casting, okay? So it's all nice and tight right here in that comfortable little work zone, that comfortable little circle right here. Again, I'm going to start outside that circle, and then here I am. I may drop it out of that circle when I drop my rod tip back, but then it's going to all happen right here. There's no ripping. You'll notice that my haul on average, even on a long cast, my haul is not more than about, I don't know, 4-6 inches at most, right there. maybe 4 inches, right there, okay? The hands start together. Here's another way you can think about it. Is your hands start together. The hands go apart briefly, together again, apart, and then together again. And don't go, you know, I just kind of thought of this. I really don't try not to go past the width of my body, maybe. Here, drop your rod tip back. There you go. Nice, nice and easy. Part of this too is just being smooth and slow. Okay? Travis said, smooth is speed. Smooth is speed. That's another thing that I see so many people that are good casters, and then they get on the front of a boat, the guide tells them that there's a fish, and then they start going like this, and they start going really fast, okay? One of the things I've trained myself to do over the years on the front of a skiff like this is when the guide tells me there's a fish, I relax. You decompress, and you take everything nice and smooth and nice and slow, and if you do everything right, it's going to be just like slicing hot butter. Everything's right there, and then having those hands together allows you to get the line under your finger, because fractions of a second count in this type of fishing especially. So smooth is speed, and smooth is control, to be honest with you. Nice and smooth, nice and smooth. You shoot, you stop. Remember that you have to stop a fly cast, and then the line goes under the index finger. Okay? So primary lesson in this episode is try to keep that the motion of your body, the motion of both of your arms, both the one moving the rod and both the one moving the line. Try to keep that motion to a minimum. Right here in that comfortable little workspace, shoot, stop, line under the index finger, and then of course, in almost all contact fly fishing, which all of saltwater fly fishing is contact fly fishing. Just for reference, non-contact would be dry fly fishing or nymph fishing for trout. But with all contact fly fishing, the line is going to, of course, come under the index finger, and the rod is going to come down, okay? In this situation, we always want that rod tip at or in the water, okay? So nice and smooth, minimal body movements. Don't move your head. Don't take your eyes off the target, just like you're throwing darts in a bar. So there you go. As always, friends, we appreciate you watching. If you ever have any questions about anything related to our videos or fly fishing in general, feel free to give us an email at the shop. We answer all emails. Customer service is what we do for a living. Fly fishing is what we love and what we sell. Be sure to subscribe, stay tuned, and check out this video here, and then check out this video here. And just as a side note, Travis just looked over there to see where I was pointing.
I was looking at the video.
Travis is like, what video? I don't see no video.